Nobody saw this coming. Mark Webber views on Verstappen just changed everything. So why are we suddenly seeing Mark Webber everywhere? Well, Max Verstappen's dominance in F1 has been undeniable lately, but now there's a twist. Mark Webber, the legendary Aussie driver himself, is weighing in. And folks are hungry for his take because he knows what it's like to compete at this level. The detail that should grab your attention? Webber isn't just praising Verstappen, he's bringing up some serious points about strategy and performance that could shake things up. But here's the real kicker. This isn't just any old opinion piece. It's Mark Webber, a former Red Bull teammate of Verstappen's predecessor, Sebastian Vettel, speaking out in an era where every word counts. And that's where it gets messy. What exactly is Webber saying? Stay tuned to find out the insider details and reactions from around the paddock. Mark Webber's comments have sent shockwaves through the F1 community because he's speaking out about his former teammate, Max Verstappen. Now, let's back up a bit. Why is this suddenly blowing up online? Well, Webber has been relatively quiet since retiring from racing in 2016, so any public statement from him now grabs attention. The backstory here is crucial. Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel were teammates at Red Bull Racing before Verstappen arrived. Now, with the spotlight on Verstappen's dominant performance this season, Webber's opinions carry extra weight because of his history with the team. And it's not just about who's driving better, it's also about the legacy and the future direction of Red Bull. Here's where things get interesting. Max Verstappen is now at a point in his career where every move he makes is scrutinized. Webber's comments come during a critical moment when Verstappen is on track to potentially secure another World Championship title. So, what exactly does Webber think about all this? That's the million-dollar question. The key players are clear. You've got Mark Webber, a respected former driver with deep connections in F1, Max Verstappen, the current Red Bull star, and Max Verstappen, the current Red Bull star who's been dominating races this season. The tension between them has been building for months. Webber first spoke up after a particularly controversial race last year where Verstappen made an aggressive move that some fans and analysts saw as risky. Webber called it out on social media, saying it wasn't just about racing, it was about respect. Fast forward to this week. During a live F1 podcast, Webber went even further. He criticized Verstappen's driving style, calling it reckless and dangerous. The clip went viral instantly. Fans were divided. Some sided with the elder statesman of F1, while others defended Verstappen as the new face of the sport. The real shock came when Red Bull Racing released a statement distancing themselves from Webber's comments, saying they support their driver fully. This move sent ripples through the paddock and across social media. It was clear that Webber had crossed a line, or perhaps hit too close to home for Verstappen's team. Then things got even more heated. Verstappen himself responded directly on Instagram Live, calling out Webber by name and questioning his motives. He said he drives to win but does so with respect for the rules and his fellow drivers. The internet lit up immediately after Verstappen's Instagram Live rant. Fans were split down the middle, some backing Webber for speaking his mind, others rallying behind Verstappen for sticking to what he knows best, racing. The debate quickly went viral on Reddit and Twitter threads, with hashtags like #Webber vs Verstappen trending across social media platforms. Red Bull Racing issued a statement saying they respect both drivers' opinions but urged everyone involved to keep the focus on performance rather than personal feuds. But that wasn't the real shock. It was seeing fans from different countries clash online over who's right and wrong in this debate. Australians supporting Webber, Dutch supporters backing Verstappen. The team owners are now facing a delicate balancing act. How much can they let their drivers argue without damaging sponsor relationships or affecting morale? The tension between these two giants of F1 is palpable. It's not just about who's better on the track anymore. It's personal, and that makes every race from here out feel like a showdown. And that's where it got messy. Verstappen challenging Webber to come back into the cockpit for one last race to prove his point. Can you believe it? Webber hasn't driven in years, but he didn't dismiss the idea, so here we are, Mark Webber, a racing legend who hasn't stepped into an F1 car in years, being challenged by Max Verstappen of all people. It's like watching two titans square off over decades of rivalry and respect. But what's the real story behind this sudden call-out? Is it just about old grudges or something deeper? What do you think Webber will say when he finally responds to Verstappen's challenge? Will he take up that gauntlet, or is this just another chapter in their long-standing feud? If you enjoyed this story, subscribe. New stories every week.